Am I a good boss? Am I a bad boss? Am I doing this right? Should I just keep going? Do I need more help? Should I hire a consultant? Karla, I finally hired great people. I feel like this is really it. I just really want to grow, manage them well, and be a good boss. So many people have luckily landed the right people on their own through recruitment and onboarding, which are two very, very important things to really think about when you're growing your team and hiring people overseas or outsourcing, right? I'm Karla from Proximity Outsourcing. I've been in the outsourcing business for a decade now, and we have recruited, onboarded, and managed hundreds of people, hundreds of team members from the Philippines and Latin America working for fast growth online businesses. Now, as I said, if you're one of those people who have luckily found really amazing team members and just totally on your own, but you're worried about how you can lead them better and more importantly, how you can build a high performance remote work culture, this video will show you some of our best practices, some of the things that we've seen our clients do, some of the things that we have also done for our company. Obviously, there's going to be little nuances, little changes, and of course, feel free to customize anything based on your company culture. So, first tip in how to build a high performance remote team is you as the business owner or you as the founder should have your company's vision, mission, and core values. So I know that sounds super basic, but honestly, those things are kind of the compass to really show your team where they need to be going. It gives them a direction, it gives them a base set of expectations on how they should act in your company, how they should be behaving towards each other. So these things are really important. The vision is important so that they can see where you want them to go, where you see the company going, and how they can be a vital part of it. That's what the vision is. The mission is what you're trying to do out in the world. So we're not just here to maybe like sell some products, if you're an e-com store or if you're a B2B service-based business, it doesn't mean that you can just like, oh, we'll just do this thing and companies will pay us money. So there's definitely a mission underneath it. There is a want and a problem that you want to solve out in the world as the business owner or the founder, and this needs to be clear to your team. So it's also good to have these things displayed on your website and have it properly communicated once you're hiring new people for your team. The other thing is the company's core values, core philosophies. I really find this super duper helpful because it just gives a basic expectation on how we should act towards one another and what are the values that are really important. So some of my team's core values are continuous improvement or Kaizen, integrity, love and protect the customer, love and protect your teammate. So these are basically the things that we expect to do all day, every day as we're doing our work. It's really, really helpful to give the whole team a unified goal in terms of how they should act towards one another and how they should think about their role in the business as a role that is vital for growth and not just to do certain tasks, which is what we always talk about in my company in Proximity Outsourcing. One of the things that we observe people do when they outsource is that they just outsource for tasks. They don't outsource for growth. So the step one in outsourcing for growth is to make sure that your mission, your vision, and your core values are very clear and they're very steadfast and they're just your non-negotiables. And it's always good to start there. And once you hire people for growth, to properly communicate that. Another thing that we do to build a high performance remote work culture is we have certain communication rituals. So some of these things include like your daily stand-ups, maybe you have like a weekly stand-up too, maybe you have certain progress checkpoints, maybe huddles. So for my team, we have a daily stand-up for my team, and then I join the Monday stand-up. Basically, I join a weekly stand-up, and then they do a very quick, like 15-minute daily stand-up, just my top management to just catch everyone up. And of course, there are certain formats on how these things could go really easily. You're not just like chit-chatting for an hour. It's really important to remember what these things are for. Huddles are also great. My departments have their own huddles. So we have like a client success huddle. We have an operations huddle, HR. I also have my own huddle, weekly, actually bi-weekly huddle with my top management team, with my top 2 executives in my company. And it's just the 3 of us talking about very, very high level stuff. And once you standardize these communication rituals, it just keeps everything aligned. And it also builds a very good kind of bonding moment in the departments, in the whole company. And of course, you need to be really smart about this and have certain expectations, like I said, so that you're not just like chit-chatting. So because I come on the Monday stand-ups, I usually ask them how their weekend was, anything that they did, anything they wanted to share. It helps foster a deeper relationship that is more than just being co-workers. I also ask them about their personal lives. They just update us. Something as simple as I bought a new plant or I bought a new flower pot, to something as deep as like my dad had a stroke, and then we can all rally and also like support our teammate in difficult times like that. So number 3 is related to that. My number 3 tip would be foster camaraderie in your company. So get to know your people more than who they are as a worker or what they can contribute to your business. Get to know them as human beings and enrich them as human beings. Some of these things include, more bonding type communication rituals, like I said, like sharing what you did over the weekend. We also have certain employee engagement activities, like we do a Christmas party that has like games for everyone. We do upskilling activities that are related to personal development, like communication. We had workshops about like relationships. We even had a cooking workshop once, so that was also super fun. And this year we're also going to do Parents' Day, which is basically a joint celebration of Mother's and Father's Day, and we're gonna do it sometime in between, actually sometime soon, as we're filming this video, because it's now June 2025. So it's in the middle of Mother's Day and Father's Day, so we're gonna do Parents' Day soon. We're just gonna have a little Zoom party. We're gonna play some games. They're gonna win some prizes, and it's just gonna be fun. So some of the more famous like employee engagement, camaraderie type activities on remote work culture are online games, sip and sync, which is kind of like drinking and just like chatting about your life. Sometimes we also do particular games. I divide them into teams, and they just like, it's like a team building activity. Sometimes we do that as well. And honestly, the prices don't need to be big. Like sometimes their price is just like a Starbucks drink, or I send them enough money to buy a Starbucks drink or something like that. But it really helps to foster a good connection, a good bonding activity among your teammates, which is so helpful in really building the team and helping them support each other and see more of a friendship towards each other, which makes for a general feeling of, I don't want to let you down. That's really it. That's why we do these things. That's why we try to foster camaraderie, connection, and community, because you want a team that truthfully cares about each other. And the result of that is they don't want to let each other down. And so overall, it's going to be really, really good for your company. Another way to build a high-performance remote work team is going above and beyond in terms of giving to your teammates. And so what I mean by this is that if you can give a little bit more salary than the market, what the market dictates, if you can give bonuses on top of that salary, if you can give benefits, better benefits than the other company, that means a lot to your team members. And honestly, that helps for a high level of morale in your team. This is something that we do at Proximity Outsourcing. I love giving bonuses. I love giving them even particular challenges as a team that they can strive towards, that is also related or tied to the growth of my company and my business. and it just keeps it exciting, and it also helps to kind of like subconsciously remind them that they're always appreciated. If you are the type of business owner that really cares about your team, also obviously you would want to give them a really good set of benefits. And so if you are a business owner or of an online business and you've already hired team members from Philippines or Latin America and you don't know where to start and you're just realizing this now, you can still reach out to us. We have certain deals and we have ways to help you get benefits for your team in the Philippines and in Latin America. Even if you don't need help with hiring, recruitment, or onboarding, we can help you with that. It's a very hybrid and dynamic EOR, or employer on record model, and it is very custom to what you need. And honestly, if you just want to buy the benefits like healthcare, insurance, mental health counseling, a lot of wellness benefits, we have a lot of customizable packages for that as well. However, if you can do that all on your own, much better. People who receive benefits, especially healthcare, insurance, wellness benefit, mental health benefits, people who receive these things, they are more loyal, they are more productive, and honestly, they just care about your business more because they also see that you care about them. My next tip is preventing silos, or it's always good to ensure that everyone feels integrated in the team, no matter how big your organization is. And so for my team, we have Slack, and everyone's on Slack, and we have certain channels that are like, this is everyone, this is like where general announcements, admin announcements. We also have what we call like a family channel where anyone can just share anything personal. Another thing that we started doing is giving bereavement benefits. So if someone passed away who is a parent or a child of our teammate, we basically do a pass the hat campaign for the other people to donate whatever amount they can help to help the families of these people. And it doesn't matter if they just give $1 or $10 or $100, whatever they want to give. It really helps in like keeping the team strong in terms of like, hey, I have your back, and like I understand things could be difficult, and so here's a little help. It's really helpful. We also do shared calendars so that we can see when someone is having a time off, so that we don't harass them on Slack or on instant messenger or an instant messaging tool like WhatsApp, or even Messenger on Facebook if we needed something and we were not sure if they're working or if they're on a PTO, because I have a pretty big team. So we also share calendars. Basically, the alignments that I discussed earlier also help in preventing silos and in really making sure that everyone is integrated properly in the team. So those are my tips on how you can build a high performance remote work culture. Honestly, it's not very difficult. You just really need to care a little bit more about your team, and you need to think about how can I be a better boss? How can I also lead by example? So I guess that would be my last bonus tip. Lead by example, communicate well, also receive proper feedback, encourage your team to provide a safe space for everyone to continuously give feedback and help each other out, developing a buddy system or maybe an internal subject matter expert system. So all of these things are just tactics. The underlying strategies and principles come from the tips that I've shared with you, which has a lot to do with aligning your company values, mission, vision with everyone, having communication rituals, having activities that foster camaraderie, going above and beyond in giving benefits and also in giving to your team, and of course making sure that you integrate everyone and you are preventing silos from happening, because honestly those things also have a bad result. And sometimes when you have certain silos, they would have like a negative way of like competing against each other, or like gossip to start. So everyone in the team should feel like they're everyone's friends and that they're all helping each other out, even if they are from different departments. So yeah, those are basically my tips on how to build high performance remote teams. I've gotten all of that information, all of those tips from over 10 years of working with remote businesses, location independent companies that are just chilling and they just want to stabilize. And companies that are scaling really, really fast, and they maybe even want to sell, they want a big exit or something like that. Some of the things that have shown to be consistent are the things that I've shared with you, and the teams that really make it to the end and are really peaceful and enjoy a great amount of growth are the teams that do everything that I mentioned here on this video. And of course, if you need more information or if you need help, if you can't do this all by yourself, let us know. Find us at proximityoutsourcing.com and hire maybe your next amazing HR manager so that they can take care of all of these things for you.